Hi there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your end of October 2024 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. Hello, Sun and Sag. Okay, I want this card, but I don't. There's our horse. This card is actually connected to Cancer, but I think it's funny that that horse is there. And there's the fire element. 2 of Wands. Ooh. Wow, what a beautiful reading, and I think there's a lot of emotion around it, surrounding it. Wow. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Chariot card. This is a card that's connected to Cancer. So if you have a person in your life who is a Cancer who has a prominent role in your life, that could be a focal point in the last half of the month. The Chariot card is a card of winning. It's also a card of movement. It could involve travel, but it speaks to issues surrounding your ability to triumph in the face of, I wouldn't call it evil, but a lot of noise around you. And so sometimes it might be feeling like it's evil, feeling like people trying to hold you back, and you didn't allow yourself to get distracted or to give up. And so it's like, take your bow. It can also be a new car or a new vehicle. In my case, it would have to be a new bicycle, but I already have a pretty new bicycle because I don't drive. Yeah, so it's one of those things, at the end of October that could be a nice ending to the month. In the past position, we have the 2 of Wands. Now you see, I'm looking at this card and I'm seeing how these wands are converging. And it almost looks like a train track or a path that we walk. But it's the 2, so it can symbolize a decision that had to be made. This is in the past position, but it doesn't mean that you're not currently grappling with this. I would like to think that with the Chariot, you kind of were able to triumph over it. But with wands, which are the fire element, we're talking about careers, maybe 2 passions. Or one thing is your passion and one thing is something that is very, tried and true or something like that. And it's like, what do you decide? Do you go out on a limb? Pardon the pun, I'm talking about, wands. They're like pieces, they're like sticks. And being able to trust that the universe has your back. Even when you have no guarantees, no idea that something is going to go your way. The higher message, I'm going to hold it upright, is the Tower, but I got it reversed. I always associate the Tower with eclipse energy. So we've had 2 eclipses in the month of, in the past, you could say 6 weeks, right? No, actually, I would say the past month, because the first one was in Pisces in mid-September, September 17th to be exact. And now we, in the month of October, a couple of weeks after that, we had a solar eclipse in Libra. And that fell in the 11th house for Sagittarius. And that can the 11th house can be the internet, just like the third house. And it can also be the groups that you belong to. It can be your gains in terms of like the money that you're earning from your career. And with the reversed card, I don't see this as a negative. I see this as things calming down, no longer being affected. And who knows, maybe this is from another eclipse that occurred. We had an eclipse in Aries earlier this year, a solar eclipse. So that may have initiated things. And Aries for Sagittarius is the 5th house of committed partnership. Love and creativity. And so maybe something that started then is now settling down and it's becoming less chaotic and more predictable. What crosses you, so this is the challenge card, is the 6 of Cups. This is another card that's associated with Cancer. So I feel like, for some of you, this is going to be a Cancer person who is, if this is a Cancer person that's very close to you, this person may somehow be thwarting what you're trying to accomplish because of their own demands or desires. The other thing that the 6 of Cups can represent is childhood. So it might be that even if you're experiencing success, your childhood issues are still unhealed. And so it's almost like, when people come from a background of trauma, I think it's really, commonplace to feel like when good things happen, that's when they're the most terrified because, okay, something is definitely going to be a tower moment in my life because I just had like a string of good things happen. And I actually had a situation where I was this was in the past month, where I was experiencing, continuous flow of good vibes and good things happening. And then I lost my phone. And I was like, why is this happening now? But I got it back, so that's good. But it really made me think about that because I said, all these good things are happening. And now I'm having this like crisis over, all of a sudden. Not that you can't get another phone, but it was just like very inconvenient in that moment to have to order something and just, be without something that I rely on for my work in that moment. I have backup phones, but that was a better quality than what I had around. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing to ponder. And what's coming in, more cups, which is water. Son of Cups is Knight of Cups, an offer of love. And, you say an offer of love. So this can be somebody that comes into your life. I am seeing that water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. I think especially Cancer or Pisces because of the artistic, the creative element there that I feel. But the other thing, too, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can simply be that you are presented with some kind of an offer. If you're working in a healing arts field or a creative field, you may be given that kind of offer. And if you're feeling maybe this is an area that you've always wanted to do, because that's another thing with the 6 of Cups, the thing that you always wanted to do since childhood, but it's in the challenge position. So maybe you've turned your back on it and you don't think it's something that is possible for yourself. And maybe you have these people that come up to you and say, oh, wow, I heard that you really are a good artist. Could you design my logo for my business or this or that? Could you paint a mural for me? And sometimes that will happen, I think, and it's like synchronicity to kind of jumpstart you into believing that you can do something that maybe you said, oh no, I can't do this. And really, you can do it. The outcome is the star. Faith and unseen forces. Wow. That's why I was kind of oohing and eyeing, because isn't it beautiful? The star card is connected to Aquarius. And Aquarius rules the 11th house, which is the house of hopes and wishes. And interestingly, the last eclipse was in Libra, which is the 11th house for Sagittarius. So maybe something will come of that solar eclipse. And maybe it's turned upside down because it was connected to the South Node. And what that means is that it wasn't just like this straightforward kind of movement. It did have this sense almost like a lunar eclipse of like you're letting go of something in order to obtain something else. So even if, someone has success, sometimes it's a mixed bag, because you might be having success in something that really doesn't move you. And that makes it harder to leave, because it's like you're having success. Maybe you're making, a lot of money, who knows? But believing in things which have not shown themselves on the physical level is, I was going to say, that's almost like delusion, right? But it can be so important. This is also, the star card is also about faith. As I said, it's faith in unseen forces, but also hope restored. So your life, if you've been feeling like there was something that was truly trying, that you now see the kind of the higher picture, the bigger picture, and you say, oh, that had to happen in order for this good stuff to come in. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated, Sag. If you'd like a private reading, I am primarily an astrologer, so I do mostly astrological readings for my private readings, and I have a special offer called my deep dive reading, which is an hour of natal chart analysis and an hour of transits for a special price. The transits I'm bringing out to the end of 2025. And the reason that this is, I think, a really good thing, besides a good deal, is that first of all, this is the time of year at the end of the year when you are going to have your solar return, and it's always good to know the themes of the upcoming year so you can step into them, knowing what to look for. And sometimes I know that before I started watching astrologers on YouTube, because I was not really, there wasn't, before YouTube, it wasn't like, you didn't really have that. You didn't have like predictions except in, newspapers and magazines, and they were crap, they were very vague, they were very generic. So it wasn't really a thing for me. I was just like reading about personality types and things like that. And once I started listening to these astrological forecasts, it really helped to make sense of what I was dealing with in that moment, because sometimes you feel like you're kind of fumbling in the dark. It doesn't mean that you join the cult of astrology and you just like every little thing has to be an astrological transit, because I don't think that that's necessarily healthy either. I think a balanced approach is definitely the best. But just having like the themes of that time down, I think is great. So These readings I do separately if somebody just wants the natal chart analysis or the transits. And I have like love readings, career readings, I do tarot readings, but I have package deals that, give discounts for buying more than one at the same time. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching, Sag. Bye.